I think this, you can kind of take it for granted, but you're on this little island. You're in it together, whether you like it or not. And America is fundamentally a place for, individualism, right?
Yes.
Every man for himself, It's very much still has that Wild West, pioneer mentality. And you see it in the way people just relate to each other in public spaces or on the road, subtle things. And you really notice the difference here.
Queuing,
yes. Queuing and or being on a packed train, but there's a quiet, there's a calm, because, you put a bunch of Americans in a packed train and you're going to have so many viral videos going on, but people are, get out of my space, excuse me, it would just turn into a feral atmosphere very quickly. And it's not that it doesn't happen here, but I've been in those situations where I've been so impressed by the generosity of space and, freedom with each other.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've taken a lot from this experience from, apart from obviously the culture and the history and the education, the deeper appreciation for language and things like that. That's all. I knew I was walking into that, but it's this other thing, the way energetically people are with each other here, that I've really appreciated.
And you've got that English in you, haven't you? So that I guess helps you recognize it in some ways. And what's next for you then? What's the next craft or the next arm of the Renaissance man?
The next thing is I'm designing a series of furniture, a custom of new furniture that
Nice.
I'm building for kind of an exhibition that I'm going to do in the fall. And the theme is sort of man's interference with nature. So it's going to be kind of working with more like sculptural wood pieces and turning them into functional furniture, but trying to find exactly that point that the interference is necessary to make it functional, but not really going beyond that.
Yeah.
This idea that nature needs man to interfere, to bring order or function into itself. But also that if you go too far, then, you've sort of killed the nature and it sort of loses its soulfulness. So it'll be kind of exploring that theme.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look forward to that.
Yeah.
And as you know, I have a traditional closing question, which I ask every guest, which is something I call the long bet, where you have a 10-year view to make a prediction. Predictions are just tax-free entertainment. A lot of people build careers around them, and they shouldn't. But for us, it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Why 10 years? Because it's a meaningful time frame, I think, for something that you'd like to happen or something that you think would happen. And if it's something you'd like to happen, obviously, please avoid answers such as world peace or people being kinder to each other or queuing better or behaving better in the train. Do you have anything that you feel strongly about that you think will happen in 10 years' time, over 10 years?
Well, going back to the AI thing,
yes,
I think there's going to be some very exciting and, new forms of art especially in film and in music. And I'm really excited to see what that is, because I think it'll be unexpected and we don't even have the language or to even imagine what that's going to be. And I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to see what that is,
I think I'm in exactly the same shoes as you on that. The fear for people is they don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
And that for people is very jarring. And I sympathize with that. But the possibilities are so powerful, even with mundane things like government services, healthcare.
Yeah.
you know, buying or selling a house. Can we please just fix that so that it's not such a stressful thing?
Yeah.
You know, once you get to a doctor, it's great, but the whole navigating the system can be just cleaned up. And then the artistic side is obviously, you know, we'll have to really build on the inheritance of the Hendrixes and the Rachmaninoffs, or whoever it is,
Yeah.
rather than just rinse repeat, because rinse repeat, as we've talked about, is done. Will be done at a click of a button,
Right.
and therefore the world is our oyster. So yeah, I hope I can see only positive things, unless it's 10 years time. It is, you know, John Connor, and
I mean, it'll be exciting.
yeah. I've literally seen this movie before.
Yes. I know. God, there is a terrible feeling that we're just inevitably going to go down the path of all the sci-fi film narratives we've all been
All those
raised
great
on,
80s
right?
films.
Yeah. Like, do you think there was some sort of intuitive premonition in them, or do you think that they're created and then people kind of are just gonna fumble in that direction because that's what they know and that what the images in their head from when
it's like a
they were raised on?
self-fulfilling.
Yes.
This reflexivity.
Yeah.
God, there's a story, I can't remember which one it is, where the AI just sort of flies away, looks at us and goes, yeah, that's all right, you carry on.
Yeah.
And that could be a eventuality. Like,
Right.
It was beneath us. And we're back to like, oh, okay.
Right,
back to, you know, picking nits out of each other's
Yeah,
hands,
it's like,
whatever
put
it
me
is.
back
There's
in the
one-
box. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one. There's a book by E.M. Forster called When the Machine Stops, which is really interesting. It's sort of written in 1910, kind of really, and it's about this mythical world of where everyone lives underground and just sort of listens to records. It's a bit like Wall-E. Have you seen Wall-E?
No.
Anyway, Wall-E, your kids will love it. It's a great film.
Okay.
It's about, again, set in the future where everyone's overweight, living in capsules, and the machine, everything's done for you. And you know,
Right,
it's
right.
a bit like the Matrix. You're kind of sat. You're in this sterile environment.
Yeah.
And used as a
battery.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's spoiler alert. It's a short story. Thank you for watching this clip from the Meeting People podcast. To watch the full episode, visit the description or click on this link.